Hello everybody. You can tell it's Christmas time here in Missouri, and I had a request from Chuckster, one of my subscribers, to do a video on You Are My Sunshine, which is a song that meant a lot to him, and it's a pretty simple song. It's featured in the movie Oh Brother Where Art Thou, the Norman Blake version, which he's partial to. We're going to do just the simple chords. It's going to use 3 chords that I'm going to teach you here in just a second and show you how to play it, and so that you could play along, and show you how to change keys so that you can play along with the movie. Alright, the piece is in D, and so we're going to use 3 chords. We're going to use a D chord, we're going to use a G chord, and we're going to use an A chord. And I've taught those chords in other videos, but let's just go ahead and do it real quick. For the D chord, first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then I like to put my thumb right over the top and just touch the top string so that we don't hear, we mute that top string, and then you'll be able to hear the rest of them. Now if you want, if you can't get your thumb over the top, you can just play the bottom 4 strings or the bottom 5 strings, and you'll be okay for that. The G chord, we're going to stretch our 3rd finger out. We're going to put it on the 3rd fret on the 6th string. Our 2nd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and our pinky is going to curl up, and it's going to go right down here on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. If you can see that, it's going right there, right tucked in right there. Okay, and just kind of curl it up into a little ball so that it pushes, and I like to just bring my wrist a little bit. Twist my wrist just a little bit to make that easier. And first finger's hanging out here doing nothing. And then the other chord that we need is A, and there's a couple of ways to play the A. You can stack all your fingers in the 2nd fret, so 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, and stack them all up in there and get your A chord that way. Or the way that I like to play the A chord that's a little bit simpler is to just take my 1st finger and I'm going to lay it across all 3 of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, and I'm going to not quite press all the way on the 1st string. So it will be muted and we won't hear it. If I press it, you can see that changes the chord, and we don't want that note in there. So either this way or this way. I'm sorry, this way or this way. Either way, I went to the D chord there. Okay, we're going to start out on the D chord. Then we go to the G chord, back to the G chord, back to the D chord, A chord, back to the D chord. Okay, now that gives you the length of each chord. As far as a strumming pattern, you can make up your own. I kind of like this pick strum. Now if you're doing the pick strum, when you're playing the D chord, you're going to pick the 4th string with a down pick and then strum all 4 strings, or even the bottom 3. Okay? Like so. When you go to the G chord, you're going to pick the 6th string right here and then strum the other strings. That gets you a nice G bass note over your G chord. And then for the A chord, you're going to pick the 5th string and strum the rest. And remember, we don't, if we play our A chord this way, we don't want to play the bottom string. If we play it this way, and we have the open bottom string, we can play it then. Now, for the Norman Blake version, he does it in a different key, but the chords will be the same. If you wanted to play along with Norman Blake, like on the recording from Where, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, you're going to put a capo, this is a capo, and you're going to clamp it on the 4th fret. And then you'll play the same chords right up here. Now, I like to do a finger picking pattern, and this is a little more complicated. It's actually a hybrid picking pattern, and it's going to sound like this. There. Okay, I'm going to focus on the right hand now and show you that picking pattern. Okay, I've taken the capo off. I'm back into the original open keys. So the D chord, if you're playing along, will now sound like a D chord if you're playing without the capo on at the other end. Now the picking pattern that I'm using, I like to use a pick and 2 fingers, and it's going to be down, so it's pick, up, pick, up, pick, up. Pick is coming down on the 4th string, and my 2nd finger is coming up, and then my pick is coming down either on the 4th string again or sometimes on the 3rd string, and then my 3rd finger is picking up on the 1st string. To get that kind of a pattern. When I go to the G, then I'm picking on the 6th string, pulling up on one of the lower strings with my 2nd finger, and it doesn't really matter which string you're pulling on, and then picking usually the 4th string with my pick again, and then up with the 3rd finger on the right hand. Okay. If you want to simplify, you can do it with 2 fingers and use your 2nd finger to sweep a couple. If that's easier for you. And then for the A string, or for the A chord, of course I'm going to pick on the 5th string and then up. So pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. So all together it's going to sound something like this. Something like that, and you can play around with it and see if you like that, or if you just like the Alright, thank you all for watching my lesson on the You Are My Sunshine. And don't forget, over here, somewhere over there, there's a subscribe button. And so make sure that you click and subscribe. and check back, and I'll have some more lessons up in the future. And we'll see you next time.